Hello, everybody. Is Hi Wrestler, and welcome back.
You currently have several emergency calls in the queue. If this happens regularly, it is advisable to provide more desks as needed and hire more control center dispatchers.
Oh gosh.
A water pipe has burst in a residential building. Turn off the water and pump the basement dry. Location, Northwest 166th Avenue. There is a fire in the kitchen of an apartment building. The stairwell is filled with smoke and one person is missing. Location, Northwest Troon Way. There are still some residents trapped above the apartment where the fire broke out who need to be evacuated. Explore the surroundings and provide feedback to the control center.
Go, 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 go.
Fire Engine 1 has arrived at helpless person in their apartment and is awaiting instructions. A dog was left in a car that is getting hotter and hotter. Location, Northwest Forest Avenue. The front door appears to be blocked from the inside. A ladder truck is needed to gain access via the balcony.
Well, it's gonna have to wait then. So with that being said,
A dispute has broken out in a parking lot. The situation needs to be investigated. Fire Engine 2 has arrived at Kitchen Fire and is awaiting instructions. An animal welfare complaint has been filed against the owners. The owners must be identified. The fire has been extinguished. Begin investigating the cause of the fire. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task exploration and are waiting for new instructions. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task fire investigation and are waiting for new instructions. The residents were successfully evacuated. Fire Engine 3 has arrived at water in basement after a burst pipe and is awaiting instructions. A group of onlookers has gathered. There is still one person inside the apartment. The water was turned off. Fire Engine 1 has arrived at dog locked in hot car and is awaiting instructions. The dog was successfully rescued and tended to. Further damage was prevented. The rescued person requires urgent medical attention. The owners have been identified. They face a heavy fine. An onlooker has become aggressive and must be arrested. At the scene, someone had parked in a way that blocked another driver. This led to a dispute.
Oh gosh.
The onlooker was successfully arrested. The injured person has received medical treatment. A caller reports a medical emergency. Location, Northwest 160th Court. The dispute was resolved and the obstructing vehicle has driven away. Emergency document by ambulance. Oh gosh. So that's the quest I am? Okay. Well, a birthday party has gotten out of hand. Uninvited youths have vandalized the house. Location, Northwest Ramona Drive. The emergency services can open the door. Call the fire department to open the door.
where? Oh gosh. Okay. Fine.
youth went on a drunken rampage inside the house and must be arrested. Document the damage. A heavily intoxicated person has been reported. Provide care for the person and transport them to a hospital if necessary. Location, Northwest Bethany and Telshire Terrace.
Okay, they're on break. They're on break.
The damage was documented.
They desperately need a break.
Fire Engine 1 has arrived at medical emergency and is awaiting instructions. The perpetrator was successfully arrested. The person is having a severe heart attack and needs to be treated quickly. Concerned residents reported cries for help coming from a neighboring apartment. Location, Northwest 147th Place. The patient has been stabilized and is now fit for transport. The cries for help from an apartment on the first upper floor were confirmed. The emergency services must gain access to the apartment. Fire Engine 1 has arrived at medical emergency behind closed doors and is awaiting instructions. The door was not opened for the emergency services. Another way in must be found.
Break the door down.
The damage caused by the deployment must be recorded. Access to the apartment was gained and an injured person was found. Emergency Ambulance 2 has arrived at drunk person and is awaiting instructions. The damage was documented. The patient is aggressive and must be apprehended by the police.
respond.
The perpetrator was successfully arrested.
Okay, put all my emergency doctors over there.
The injured person has received medical treatment.
You've already done a great job. Now you have the opportunity to also lead the SWAT. You can unlock it at no cost in the research menu.
Yes, please. Oh yeah. We got SWAT. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's slow down a little bit here. So we're gonna get another emergency doctor going. Oh, we need to research that. Oh crap, I can't research that, can I? Okay, well I can get another, I can't get one of those either. I need to research that. Speak limit. Yeah, I need to do that. Okay, well, 8 SWAT officers. Yeah, I'm going to hire 8 SWAT officers. How much? Is it 20, okay. I don't know when I'm going to get that. What am I thinking? I feel like a fool. Okay. Medical delivery. That I'm not sure what I'm going to do with right now. So, we need to buy the SWAT vehicle and hire SWAT officers. So, vehicle-wise, SWAT.
Attention, heat wave. High temperatures lead to more health problems.
That's the one we're gonna get. Once we get to that. And it requires a large parking space, right? Yeah. I gotta think there's no way that those two things don't require that.
A slippery surface caused by an oil spill was reported at an intersection. Location, Northwest Bethany Boulevard.
Bethany. I like it. The way they say it is interesting. Come on, ambulance, get there. Okay.
A drowning incident has been reported. Observe the situation and then proceed accordingly. Location, Northwest Benjamin Court.
Observe the situation?
The oil spill has been successfully cleaned up.
Okay, so let's get an advanced SWAT officer. Let's get another advanced SWAT officer. Another advanced SWAT officer. Let's get 3 novices. Do we have any trainees? No, another one then. All 8 spots are taken. SWAT is here.
Several people were robbed by an unknown individual at a swimming pool. Location, Northwest West Union Road.
Hey, I've been there.
Witnesses must be interviewed regarding the incident.
I hired 8 SWAT officers. What's the difference? Oh, 8 are there. Or not, never mind. That's 6 of 8. Okay, so. Wait, I thought I hired all of them. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to hire one more. Okay. Searching for the perpetrator. Question witnesses.
The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task, observe the situation, and are waiting for new instructions.
Do you observe the situation? Who observes the situation?
The witness statements were recorded. The drowning person is injured and needs immediate medical attention. Question the witnesses of the drowning.
Being done already. Okay.
The perpetrator was located and must be arrested. Witnesses of the drowning claim that foul play occurred and police intervention is required. During work on a live cable, an electric arc discharged, seriously injuring a worker who is now unconscious in the assembly pit. Location, Northwest Chana Drive. The perpetrator was successfully arrested. The perpetrator was caught on camera pushing the victim into the water and has been successfully arrested. A tree has caught fire and must be extinguished quickly before the fire spreads. Location, Northwest 64th Terrace. A propane gas cylinder has been damaged and caught fire. The worker was successfully rescued and now requires medical attention. Emergency Ambulance 1 has arrived at live wire incident and is awaiting instructions. A car and a truck have collided at a road intersection. There are injured people who need to be rescued and treated. Location, Northwest Matamandi Court Northwest, 147th Place. The person has received medical treatment. Fire Engine 2 has arrived at additional task and is awaiting instructions. Fire Engine 3 has arrived at burning tree and is awaiting instructions. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task, injured person, and are waiting for new instructions. A crowd of people has gathered, making the work of the emergency services more difficult.
Okay, so then we got the traffic accident.
The injured person suffered more severe injuries and is now being treated by another emergency service.
See what I could.
has been successfully extinguished. The witnesses must be questioned about the circumstances of the accident.
Where the live wire incident?
The fire has been successfully extinguished. Ambulance 4 has arrived at traffic accident involving a truck and a car and is awaiting instructions. The witness statements were recorded. Two people are injured and need to be examined and treated by paramedics.
You can go back to base. You can go back to base as well.
The two individuals were treated at the scene and do not need to be taken to hospital.
I think that's enough for rescue. Yeah. Okay, now I can do the rescue quest. Okay, so we're gonna buy another ambulance.
The crowd was successfully brought under control.
And one of these. And then we're gonna hire 2 more paramedics and another doctor. So that's a doctor. Oh wait, yeah, hire. Okay, so there's an emergency doctor who's advanced. Let's do that. And then paramedic, novice, and paramedic advanced. There. Okay. So we've done that. moment here. Let's get all this done.
A 17-year-old girl reported hearing strange noises coming from her brother's apartment and fears he might be in danger. Location, Northwest Dominion Drive.
Okay, so we want another SWAT vehicle, okay? That's doable. Another SWAT car enforcer.
A tree is blocking a road and needs to be removed. Location, Northwest Canterwood Way.
There.
Police Patrol Car 4 has arrived at suspicious noises from an apartment and is awaiting instructions.
Okay.
The officers questioned the 17-year-old. They could also hear the noises coming from the apartment. Despite knocking, ringing the doorbell, and calling out, the brother did not respond. The fire department must force the door open.
Good thing that they're already there.
A person with circulatory problems is stuck in a ride at a great height and needs to be freed. Location, Northwest 163rd Terrace. The door has been opened and the apartment can now be entered.
May very well need you.
Fire Engine 2 has arrived at Triana Road and is awaiting instructions. The tree has been successfully removed and the road is clear again. The sister's concern turns out to be unfounded. The brother is fine and obviously in a great mood. He was having a good time with his girlfriend and simply didn't notice the world around him.
Well, it's a win in my book. That fire truck's there for him. Cops are coming.
The person was successfully rescued and now requires medical attention. A group of onlookers has gathered around the scene. Police Patrol Car 6 has arrived at emergency on a fairground ride and is awaiting instructions. A car was reported to have crashed into a crowd of people. Location, Northwest Audrey Drive.
Oh gosh.
The injured person has received medical treatment. The scene was secured. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task blood donation event and are waiting for new instructions. A small plane has crashed into a residential building. The building must be checked for injured people. Location, Northwest Telshire Lane.
Holy smokes.
There are 3 people on the plane that need to be rescued. The onlookers were dispersed. Fire Engine 3 has arrived at car crashes into crowd and is awaiting instructions. Police Patrol Car 3 has arrived at car crashes into crowd and is awaiting instructions. Ambulance 1 has arrived at car crashes into crowd and is awaiting instructions. The situation has been confirmed and panic has broken out around the accident site. The perpetrator is armed and attempting to flee. Several people were seriously injured and require medical attention. The car is leaking fuel that must be removed. The aircraft fuel tank has caught fire and needs to be extinguished. The leaking fuel has been successfully removed. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task arrest perpetrator and are waiting for new instructions. Fire Engine 1 has arrived at plane crash and is awaiting instructions. Roof tiles are threatening to fall onto the street from a residential building. Eliminate the hazard as quickly as possible. Location Northwest 153rd Avenue. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task arrest perpetrator and are waiting for new instructions. Attention, exceptionally high crime rate. A particularly high number of crimes are currently being committed. The slightly injured persons receive medical attention. The fire has been successfully extinguished. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task person search residential building and are waiting for new instructions. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task person search residential building and are waiting for new instructions. A person has reported that their bicycle has been stolen. Evidence must be secured. The crowd was brought under control. Now witnesses must be questioned. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task arrest perpetrator and are waiting for new instructions. No one was found in the building. A roof tile has fallen and struck a pedestrian. They now require medical attention.
SWAT's there.
The witness statements were recorded. A group of drug dealers has been identified. Gather the necessary units for a raid in the area. Police and SWAT are required. Location, Northwest 166th Drive. The injured have received medical treatment. Police Patrol Car 6 has arrived at bicycle theft and is awaiting instructions. The perpetrator was successfully arrested.
Okay, keep going.
Ambulance 2 has arrived at loose roof tiles, storm damage, and is awaiting instructions. perpetrator was found based on the evidence and must be arrested. The witnesses must be questioned.
Oh, we got it.
A pickpocketing incident has been reported. The thief must be caught quickly. Location, Northwest Perimeter Place. The passengers rescued from the plane have sustained serious injuries requiring medical attention.
It's a good thing it did.
The perpetrator was successfully arrested. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task assess damage and are waiting for new instructions. The injured have received medical treatment. One person needs to be taken to the hospital. Police Patrol Car 5 has arrived at Hit Against Drug Dealers and is awaiting instructions.
Oh, there's more.
Police Patrol Car 3 has arrived at pickpocketing and is awaiting instructions. The person did not receive adequate care. The witness statements were recorded. The damage was documented. The perpetrator was successfully arrested. SWAT Car 2 has arrived at Hit Against Drug Dealers and is awaiting instructions.
Yeah, we're waiting for a couple more cops to arrive. Don't worry. Police Patrol Car 2 has arrived at Hit Against Drug Dealers and is awaiting instructions.
You must decide to either use special forces to gain access, or use 2 police officers in disguise to lure the criminals out of the apartment.
Gosh. So... see what happens here.
The perpetrator was successfully arrested.
Got him.
Police Patrol Car 1 has arrived at additional task and is awaiting instructions.
Six, 7. It's different than all the other ones. For some odd reason. "49 vehicles in traffic control." Holy smokes, that's a lot of vehicles. Yeah, well, that one needs to be built. These guys can do it though. Sends you a selected location on the map. It's gonna be, we're gonna do it. Let's see, where should we do it this time? Do it right here, around the corner. It might fly around that corner. Not anymore. Actually, let's not do it there. That was a bad idea. I still want to do the corner, but not on the corner. Like after the corner. So let's see here. Or was I doing it here? Let's do it right here. There. Okay, so now that everyone is back.
cat is stuck in a tree and needs to be rescued. Location, Northwest Northumbria Lane. We've received an emergency call from the city prison. Several prisoners are attempting to escape. Location, prison, Northwest 153rd Terrace.
That is SWAT 100% of the time, but send some police. Probably sending the ambulance too, but go.
There is a fire in the kitchen of an apartment building. The stairwell is filled with smoke, and one person is missing. Location, Northwest Bethany Boulevard. There are still some residents trapped above the apartment where the fire broke out who need to be evacuated. Explore the surroundings and provide feedback to the control center. Ladder Truck 1 has arrived at Cat Stuck in Tree and is awaiting instructions. A neighborhood dispute threatens to escalate. Location, Northwest Aberdeen Drive. The cat has been rescued. Police Patrol Car 2 has arrived at Prison Break and is awaiting instructions. Ambulance 3 has arrived at Additional Task and is awaiting instructions. The fire has been extinguished. Begin investigating the cause of the fire. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task Evacuation of Residents and are waiting for new instructions. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task Evacuation of Residents and are waiting for new instructions. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task Exploration and are waiting for new instructions. An accident has been reported involving a public bus. The bus driver is trapped and needs to be rescued. Location, Northwest Northumbria Lane. Several people have minor injuries. Several people were seriously injured and require medical attention. A group of onlookers has gathered. There is still one person inside the apartment. One of the two people involved was injured. The aggressive neighbor has to be arrested. The rescued person requires urgent medical attention.
I think I didn't send, okay.
The bus is losing fuel. You were unable to prevent the outbreak. Now the federal authorities are taking over.
Gonna wrap up in about 15 minutes, guys. So, and then,
An onlooker has become aggressive and must be arrested.
I mean, I wanted
The bus
to.
engine caught fire.
I wanted to get SWAT, and so we got SWAT, so that's a win in my book. Okay, so we're just gonna have them go to the legal dispute. There's a gosh. So many things happening. Okay.
During work on a live cable, an electric arc discharged, seriously injuring a worker who is now unconscious in the assembly pit. Location, Northwest Cleary Court. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task evacuation of residents and are waiting for new instructions. The injured person could not be saved. The dispute escalated, resulting in extensive damage to property. The engine was successfully extinguished and prevented from spreading. Police Patrol Car 3 has arrived at neighborhood dispute and is awaiting instructions. The leaking fuel has been successfully removed. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task evacuation of residents and are waiting for new instructions. A propane gas cylinder has been damaged and caught fire.
Gosh, I got everything going crazy here.
The onlooker was successfully arrested. The bus driver could not be freed. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task evacuation of residents and are waiting for new instructions. Ambulance 2 has arrived at traffic accident involving a bus and is awaiting instructions.
Okay, so
Police Patrol Car 1 has arrived at traffic accident involving a bus and is awaiting instructions. The witness statements were recorded. The The worker's condition has deteriorated significantly due to delayed rescue efforts. The evacuation took too long and one resident suffered severe smoke inhalation. The fire has been successfully extinguished. The accident site was not secured, resulting in an additional car crash. Several people have minor injuries. The driver of the car is trapped. The injured person has received medical treatment. One person needs to be taken to the hospital. The injured person suffered more severe injuries and is now being treated by another emergency service. Neighbors report hearing cries for help coming from an elderly person in a nearby apartment. Speak with the caller and locate the apartment. Location, Northwest Claremont Drive.
Okay.
The driver of the car was successfully freed from his vehicle and requires medical attention.
Yeah, I know, but I already got one that's working on that.
The injured person suffered more severe injuries and is now being treated by another emergency service. The injured person suffered more severe injuries and are now being treated by another emergency service. Concerned residents reported cries for help coming from a neighboring apartment. Location, Northwest Paisley Drive.
Okay. So, we got those two coming there. We got that
Fire
happening.
Engine 2 has arrived at helpless person in their apartment and is awaiting instructions. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task, check oxygen supply, and are waiting for new instructions. The door is locked and must be opened by the fire department using specialized equipment. Police Patrol Car 6 has arrived at medical emergency behind closed doors and is awaiting instructions. The persons have received medical treatment. The persons have received medical treatment. The person found has sustained minor injuries from a fall and also appears to be somewhat disoriented due to dehydration. They require basic medical care. The cries for help from an apartment on the first upper floor were confirmed. The emergency services must gain access to the apartment.
Okay, so
The injured person suffered more severe injuries and is now being treated by another emergency service. The door was not opened for the emergency services. Another way in must be found.
oh gosh, not as good that time. Okay. Firefighter. Okay. Break the door down. Get in there.
The damage caused by the deployment must be recorded. Access to the apartment was gained and an injured person was found. The damage was documented. The person has received medical treatment. Emergency Ambulance 3 has arrived at additional task and is awaiting instructions.
Okay. Now you're gonna go to a location on the map where I had those guys who were doing a traffic stop earlier until we had that problem. Well, let's get people who come flying around this corner. Sure. Right there.
Engine 1 has arrived at additional task and is awaiting instructions. The injured person has received medical treatment. One person needs to be taken to the hospital.
Whew, got that one done. And I think I'm going to call it here, guys. So thank you so much for taking the time every day to watch Global Rescue. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, but smash that subscribe button. I appreciate that immensely. It means a lot to me when you guys subscribe. And to those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much. It means so much to me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. And guys, I'm Ritzler, and my watch is over.